I can't even imagine this, Islanders. A scary day yesterday across the Caribbean, the Bahamas, wild weather. Can you imagine being off the ship like passengers on the Carnival Magic enjoying their day in Ocho Rios, Jamaica? Yes, the weather is not what you want it to be, but you look out and all of a sudden your cruise ship is no longer tied to the pier. It is out in the open water. It has left you. The pier is destroyed. You wonder what is going on and how am I going to get back on the ship? That is exactly what happened yesterday. We're going to share the full story with you and share pictures and video as well. We're also going to share news from Galveston, Texas. We thought this news was close and it is done. The deal is done. MSC Cruises will officially have their own terminal selling from Galveston, Texas. We're going to share news on that. Plus, Princess Cruises breaks an impressive record. We're going to tell you why Princess Cruises broke this record, dealing with Alaska and some special sales that they have going on right now. We all need some time in the islands. Let's go there now on Island Time. A big happy Wednesday to all you Islanders. We are halfway through the week and we are on Island Time. I am Derek. Let's drop our anchors and take some time to relax in the islands together. You know, that's exactly what thousands of cruisers were trying to do yesterday, both in the Bahamas, the Caribbean, wherever their ship was at. They were trying to enjoy the port of call, but Mother Nature said, no, that's not going to happen today. It's impressive to see the pictures and the video that several passengers, including many of you Islanders, captured and shared with us on Facebook. It was not a perfect day at Coco Cay. As much as Royal Caribbean tries to make it be, they've invested $250 million in the awesome island. Amanda and I were just there a couple of weeks ago, but Mother Nature said it's not going to be a perfect day. There were 2 ships in port. All passengers were called back in the early afternoon, around 1 o'clock. Everyone said, hey, you need to go back to your ship. Go back. Weather is not favorable. The winds were blowing. I'll show you a few pictures here. There's water coming over the pier there as everyone is making their way back. Crew members actually lined the pier, is what Islanders said, to make sure no one was not necessarily blown off the pier, but you didn't slip and the winds didn't take you close to the edge, per se. Passengers made their way back. One of the ships, the Freedom of the Seas, was able to leave. She was on one side of the pier, opposite of the Oasis of the Seas. The Oasis actually blocked the wind where the Freedom could leave. The Oasis was not able to leave for a long time. It just happened. Some of these things happen sometime. It was a bad situation, but not the worst of the day. The Carnival Magic, a beautiful ship. Amanda and I have been on this ship before. She was in Ocho Rios, Jamaica. She was tied up there to the pier, and she still had an accident with the pier. This is not just scratches. This is not, we think, just cosmetic. I'm going to show you some pictures here in a video in just a second that I will show you as well. There is some pretty heavy damage here. Again, not just, hey, Bobby, go get the paint bucket. We're going to slap some paint on this. Listen to this. The Carnival Magic was there in Ocho Rios yesterday. She was tied up. Everything was okay. Guests were off the ship. And then winds came, storms came, and it was a threat pretty soon that the pier fender was going to collapse, and it did collapse. The pier there in Ocho Rios collapsed, and the decision was made to toss the ropes, get the Carnival Magic away from the pier who was floating and breaking, and I'll show you here in just a second. So the Carnival Magic actually, they tossed the lines. The Magic, with passengers still ashore, left the pier, said it's not safe to be here, left the pier, and actually came back around at a different location to pick up those passengers who were still on board the island. Carnival is, of course, keeping everyone up to date with what's going on. I do want to show you, before we get to Carnival's statement, what exactly happened. Take a look at this video here from Anita Trevino and her experience on board the Carnival Magic. As you've seen, the ship is beat up, scratches and dents Testing is going underway right now. The ship is still in Ocho Rios. They stayed the night there. There are teams assessing the damage to the ship. It is unknown whether or not work will have to be done to the Carnival Magic before she leaves port, or if she passes test, then she will be able to leave on her own. Of course, Carnival will be anxious to fix whatever these issues are, whether it has to be there in Ocho Rios or if it's purely cosmetic. They will want to fix this very soon because it is an eyesore. Here's the latest update from the captain to passengers who are on board the Carnival Magic. The update reads this. This is a letter to passengers here. As you know, Carnival Magic was involved in an incident Tuesday morning when strong winds and swells caused the pier fender to collapse under pressure, and the ship made contact with the pier. Maybe a little bit more than contact, right? There were no injuries, thank goodness, and all the ship's services remain in operation. For the safety of everyone on board, it was necessary to leave the area and return to dock at another nearby pier. This allowed guests who went ashore to rejoin the ship. I wanted to be sure and point that out because there are several reports out there that the Carnival Magic actually left Jamaica with passengers still on shore. That is partially true. Did that happen? Yes, that did happen. But sometimes people leave their post or their content at that alone. The final story is passengers are ashore. The event happened there at the pier. The Carnival Magic did have to leave the pier, but then came back to get those passengers, so they did not leave anybody. I want to make that abundantly clear. Islanders, let me ask you this. Would you be afraid? Would you be scared a little bit if you were on shore and you heard all this taking place? You hear the locals talking about it. You try to return to your ship. Your ship not only is not there, but the pier you need to take to get to the ship is destroyed. Would you be nervous at all? Would you roll with the punches? Would you go with the flow? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. We hope that everyone on board the Magic's having a great time, and I bet they are. We hope that there's no heavy damage to the ship and she can continue sailing on her sailing. The next port of call has been canceled. Grand Cayman, one that I know those passengers were looking forward to, has been canceled. Let's move on. Cruise news story here, number 2. This is great news. We need it after that story, do we not? The Port of Galveston there, Galveston Wharves and MSC Cruise Line, they have been in discussions for several weeks and months. We knew the deal was almost final, and now it is final. Exciting times here in Galveston, Texas, as MSC is set to come to Galveston, Texas, November 9th of 2025. What makes it more exciting is that they're going to be sailing from Galveston in a new terminal. The funding has been approved. Everything has been approved. The port is set to develop and invest $100 million in a new port for MSC. This is in an old factory. I think it's actually the Dole Fruit Factory. The building is already there, but they're going to spend $100 million revamping this building to become a terminal, the newest terminal. They're also going to invest $42 million in a parking garage there in Galveston. So a $142 million project. That is close to Royal Caribbean's new terminal that was $150 million. I say that because you see how nice Royal Caribbean's terminal is. MSC is going to have a terminal that will just about rival that. Roger Reese, who's the director there of the port, had this to say about this announcement. We're excited about this mutually beneficial public-private partnership. Adding MSC to our family of cruise lines offers our cruise guests an elegant European-style cruise experience. It also elevates our status as a top U.S. cruise home port and moves us up to the 8th largest cruise port in the global market in the world. That's exciting. While paving the way for MSC to reach millions of cruise passengers in the United States. This agreement, I want to point out, is a 20-year agreement. Some people have said, well, MSC is going to test the waters. They're going to see if passengers want to sell them from Galveston, Texas. No, they know it's already there. Galveston has said we are going to become the cruise leader from U.S. home ports, and this agreement is for 20 years. Leadership there at MSC are equally excited about the opportunity, and here's what they had to say. We want to give more guests the opportunity to experience MSC Cruises' unique European flavor, and bringing MSC Seascape to Galveston allows us to be more accessible to millions of people in the central part of the country. A great cruise starts with a top-notch terminal, and we're excited to partner with the Galveston wharves to ensure our guests enjoy the experience from end to end. We think it's important to support the communities we serve and look forward to working with leaders in Galveston to make this project a reality. Islanders, you probably remember when MSC made this announcement that the MSE Seascape will sell from Galveston, Texas, November 9th of 2025. We said we're going to be on the first selling. We're going to have a group on the first selling. And we already have 70 cabins, paid cabins of people who said, I want to be there. I want to experience it. We haven't announced it in the last couple of days, the last probably week, really, because we've been catching up and getting everybody booked. And we're at a point now that if you're interested, we can take care of you. We want you to join us. We've got interior cabins starting around the $1,000 mark. Ocean view cabins for about $1,200. There are balcony cabins for $1,400. Of course, MSC has different experiences, right? It's the different concept of cruising. The Bella experience, the Fantastica experience, the Aria experience. You pay for one of your experiences, and based on which one you choose will determine your price. But we want you to sail with us and Alex Robinson. Alex, the cruiser, is going to be with us as well. We're going to have over 100 cabins, 150 cabins. We want you to be there. And what better way to enjoy a new cruise line on a new ship in Galveston, Texas, than going through and using a new terminal and being the first ones to use it. If you're interested in this group cruise, email us at travel@bookislandtime.com, and we will get you booked into that group. Deposits are refundable. They are refundable. There's no reason not to join us. Let's talk about this right here. Princess Cruises, as we end the show today, they are announcing a record in Alaska. This is impressive to me because when I think Alaska, and I think Alaska cruising in different offerings, not just the same 7-day cruise over and over and over, I think of Princess. They do a great job. They have cruises that range from 4 days to 22 days in Alaska. They've been going to Alaska for a long, long time. So when they say that we have broke one of our records when it comes to bookings in Alaska, it's pretty impressive, and I wanted to share it with you. Princess Cruises has announced that they have a new all-time high in cruise bookings to Alaska for January, and they beat the record by more than 20% of what the old record was. This is what leadership had to say there at Princess Cruises. This is our 55th anniversary of taking guests to the great land, and this soaring interest underscores the importance of securing an Alaskan adventure for the upcoming summer season while availability still remains. Princess, of course, shattered their record, booked more cruises in the month of January than they've ever booked before, and part of this is because, and I told you I would mention some of the sales they have going on in the intro. They have some great sales right now across many different sailings in 2024, 2025. They have the third and fourth guest sell free. We see this sometimes with kids, right? Kids sell free. We see that. This is not just kids. This is the third and fourth passenger sell free in the cabin. It may not be convenient, okay? Let's be honest. It's not convenient for you and your significant other to share a cabin with two other adults. That's not what you want to do. But it may be the only way that you go to Alaska. It may be the way that you save enough money that you have money for airfare and hotels. The excursions in Alaska are expensive. It may be the only way that you go, or it may be something that triggers and says, you know what, yeah, we'll go. We'll definitely go. And so Princess is offering this third and fourth guest sale free. It has been a huge success. It's the same sale that Amanda and I purchased and booked under for our European cruise from Rome to Greece this summer. Our kids, in this case, sailed free. The cruise line is excited about this sale. There's even itineraries that start at $399 per person going to Alaska. Yeah, you don't see that these days, especially with the prices as high as they are. Congratulations to Princess Cruises. We're excited to sell the new Sun Princess this summer. Islanders, let us know in the comments section below. Would you ever share your cabin with two other adults? It could be friends, could be family members. Would there ever be a time when you would say, let's go on this trip. Yes, we're going to bring the third and the fourth guest. We're going to share the cabin because it saves me money. It saves them money. That's what we're going to do. Or would you say, no, I'm paying the money, whatever it takes to get my own space, my own room. I need that, or I'm not going to go on the trip at all. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. We hope you enjoyed the Cruise News Show today. We hope that you're subscribed to this channel and this awesome community. We share content all the time. Be sure you're subscribed and ring the bell. If you enjoyed the show today, give us a like. We can't wait to see your comments in the comment section below on our Facebook page. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Island Time.